What's up?
What's up? That was pretty.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a little ditty that I wrote about this guy Jack and his girlfriend Fiona.
Oh.
Jack and Fiona.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say Jackie.
Oh, right. That would make sense.
Yeah, it would be like that song. Just kidding.
So this is a Gibson. And on the headstock of this Gibson is the word Gibson, but it's written in cursive.
Oh, well, darn. Because when you said it, you definitely said it non-cursive style.
Well, that's
plain
true. I did pronounce
text.
It.
What do you say when something is not
cursive?
cursive? What's the word for opposite of cursive?
Plain text.
Plain text?
Plain. I don't know. That's a computer term.
Regular style?
Regular. So this guitar is amazing. This is a one-of-a-kind guitar because it has been through some beep. You better beep that out.
Gross.
This is a classic.
Did you clean it off?
This is a classical guitar. Gibson has not made very many classical guitars throughout their storied history.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Gibson's been making guitars since the late 1800s. They're one of the biggest guitar makers in the U.S. all during that time, competing with Martin in the early century. And now they're one of the biggest guitar makers in the world, and have been for a while. Biggest brand and all that. One of. They have made all kinds of guitars, but they've rarely made classical guitars. So this was made in 1941.
Wow.
Believe it or not. This guitar is in outstanding condition. Plays absolutely beautifully well. The action is like razor low. And it's just butter. Up and down the neck. But it's got classical strings on it, which are different and all. It's got a wide neck, so you have plenty of room for finger picking and all that wide nut. So here's what happened to this guitar. It was made in 41, and it was one of only 60 guitars that they made. Actually, between 1938 and 45 or something like that. Only for a few years there. They only made 60 of them total. They only made 27 of them with Indian Rosewood back and sides. So there were only 27 of these guitars ever made to begin with. Then this guitar was bought by a young college student in 1963. The next year, he had it at his dorm room or in his apartment or whatever.
He was partying.
He came home and the top had been cracked. So he cried, and then he contacted Gibson, and this is back.
He cried at a party.
At a party, even.
Because there was always a party in the '60s if you were in college. Constant party. So even if you neaded to cry,
he was on a lawn.
Yeah,
he was in a quad
in his toga.
Yeah,
my guitar.
So back then you could send things to Gibson, and maybe you still can. I don't know.
Love letters.
Yeah, trinkets, just stuff you find, whatever.
A cool rock.
Hey Gibson, you like my rock?
Anyway, hope you're doing well.
Sincerely, me again. For real, I can't wait to hear back from you. He sent this guitar to Gibson, and Gibson, instead of repairing it, fully replaced the top.
Wow.
And when they did so, they used a rosette design that was to be released on another guitar that they were making. But so the years following this, a guitar came out that had the same rosette, but at the time, guitars didn't have this, and this is not what the original looked like. So they basically built him a unique guitar by putting the top on it with this rosette, custom to this guitar, and sent it back to him. And
still, even that being in the 60s is still...
Yeah, I mean, even if this was if this was a guitar from the 60s, it's in incredible shape.
Yeah.
But to be from the top from the 60s and the rest of the guitar from 41, it is in immaculate condition. And it's light, it's beautifully well balanced. It's just great. Check it out.
Wow. Yeah, 1941, even like the neck and everything. I mean, just...
That was pretty classic.
Yeah,
dude.
pretty classic.
Classic rock? You mean like like Floyd?
Yeah, like Floyd.
That was made for Leonard Skinner himself.
Oh my God! In 1941.
Yeah, he bought it from Pink. He and Pink used to hang out.
Yeah, this is we're your one-stop shop for all information.
Yeah. Period. You don't need to Google that. I mean, I don't know what even to say. You know, they changed the logos in the 60s, or in the late 40s. I think they started changing them to the modern day look. It was first it used to say, you know, the Gibson in cursive. That's way back, like in the guitars from the 1950s, 1920.
Eventually, they were like, "Wait a second, did you guys make more than one of those?"
Yeah, right.
Anyway,
oh, so it's not the
maybe
Gibson.
it needs to be a Gibson.
No, it was actually it was Justin Timberlake who told them.
Drop the "the."
Yeah, said it was cleaner. Yeah. So lots of facts flying around here. So, but what is true is that guitar was made in 1941. It's one of 27. It's called a GS-85, right? It's one of 60 made. 27 of them were made with Indian Rosewood back and sides, and then that guitar uniquely had a top put on by Gibson in 1964. So it is a completely unique guitar, and it is just gorgeous, man. Just real treasure.
GS.
I got it from the guy who was. I don't know. Good question.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good.
That is what it means.
S
That
word.
is true. That is also true.
Yep.
So I bought it from the dude, man, who was the college kid in 1963.
Whoa! And that man was the college
Pink's husband.
That man's name was Hulk Hogan.
That's also true. So yeah, and his name's Rufus. Super nice dude. He was Mike Gentry. He's like a family friend of Mike Gentry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Mike turned me on to him. He's down in Charleston, but
And now you know the rest of the story.
Yeah. So yeah, super cool guy, man. He's taken care of it very much ever since, and great guitar. And I can't believe how well it plays. I
Truly.
mean, it is just. It's like it's so easy to perform with. You know?
It is, and I know that's a recurring theme on this show, but we have been very blessed here the amount of guitars I've seen on the local pickup and come through the store where it's just like it doesn't make any sense that it's that old. So if you ever lose faith that there are people out there taking care of guitars, hold fast. They're out there. Like people are taking care of these guitars somewhere or other.
Absolutely.
This is incredible.
Yeah, it really is. Really is. Cool, man. Well, yeah, that's a unique, one-of-a-kind guitar we're proud to have come through the shop. And we'll be sad on that when that day comes when it needs to move on. Sad and happy.
Sad and happy.
Needs to move on to another player, so.
Just like a young man who was in college.
Moved on.
Moved on and was sad and moved on from this guitar, but was sad one day and happy that he had a sweet guitar with a broken top.
That is true. Play us a little ditty.
All right, here comes a little ditty.
Yay.
Yay!
Excellent work. All right, I guess we'll see you guys next time on The Local Pickup.
On the local pickup. We should have done one of these. Right? Doesn't that look weird down there? Don't look at that, Micah. Don't look at what I'm doing. Don't you look at that. He wants to look at it.